Homebase TV program at Doomsday ADIYIE. Ejumadi eba wakwan so kwesi adan nwumre bia obrabo no nsia ekwa akobo no nso ne ha no bia ya ye dosuko onyankopon trokunkum ni titiu adiyie enwoma no adiyise enwoma no na afi dan ye enwoma no niema emuda ho pefe na ensemo Yesu kan se etwase bantem asana na ma ye toso mienu no ya memu ada ho ama wate ase na menso mate ase ni etimi sisi ho ama Yesu ma ya etoso mienu na nwumre nso sa pepepepepe na ye ba be ye no ewa hanom na obeka me ho na de aseda kese ama Victory SDA Church enra hono na evangelist Joseph na ni team ni nyina da ewo nti mpanimfo a moda safona no obade insham papa ne mo mfre trichiri ne benche e bae no so obade insham ne ma ye fie nyame pa bosome a edi ye animu no enya enafu amiensa tafo ma 4 SDA Church, that's August 3rd tafo ma 4 SDA Church hono na evangelist Joseph na ni team ni nyina beba yebesua de afira no pa no nkon kusisi no num ebepa mu nti ba bia wo bia no ma yenhia e wotafo ma 4 SDA Church on 3rd August na ansane be free dwumadi na se no beka me ho na dofo a omnom send sika brain kakra na etietia eno na editua airtime na edi aseda kese ama won nya kase obade inhira won papa no mo ho ban no mo won din no kan kwan mon se won so ya busua ankrankre anasa sorry na pese dwumadi a ye die so wani na pese oboa me ye sika editua airtime na because airtime no ye free kakra word of one sem no dem a obetumi asend their brain e wo ye number ye 055 74 9 ntwaso ya from asuafu de hye kufika kare nyame akwa ewo minche wa ha evangelist the researcher Joseph Anane evangelist emwadwuma akwa ba na enne topic no ni nkyere mu yetiawa wabra nyankopon ma Moses ko Israel for free Egypt enkwasom o de won ko Canaan no obeto opokoko no ebra mbeto opo no afi de yehwe benkum yehwe nifa na ebra man no enwinwi no nyankopon ka kire no sa ade nti na munwinwi Moses ka kire won se won ko won anim ara nti ne atifi asem no ye yempem ko ye anim ofa etoso nsia with 15 videos and then you ye ba behwe na say wo question contribution be abetime send it there but then you stream live enye Facebook name YouTube nti obekọ Homebase television in full Homebase television YouTube ubenya program no elho ye nuanom so mo hwe ye Royal TV ye mamojo e mamokwaba events let's go forward yen konko ye ni yen pem ko ye ni ofa etoso nsia
good na said ye what they come intro no yegina Exodus 14:15
that's right
yen ko ye nim na nwumere de na ye de ka ho se menti a ye de ka ho se yen ko ye nim ne se wiase ne emu nipa nyinara empanimfo de anim onya ya adwen se ye be bone a yen fa nche no wiase no empanimfo ne de anim akodi sa bone no
that's right
anunti yemmo wiase no koko efrim empanimfo so de bankola so yema kokoro nkransem na enko
okay
na meka bone a yen fa nche no a ye wo kwa hodo mienu a ye de sa bone no na ba ko Hebrew atwere no etredu chichemu bienu nsia de kosedu nson ena mo so ma etoso enan etredu num chichemu biasa de kosedu biasa baako no sa Hebrew no kan se si enyanya no kra no honim de na se ye boapa ekoye bone de a no bone fafiri bia de
eni homa that's right
sa enti bone a yemfa nche no yenya no kra no honim de na ya hyeda boapa no sa bone no yemfa nche
okay
eno na me se wiase ye tuesi ye niso si ye be ye no ebiu apanda da abreso panda da atwere no yakopɔ ka mo so metoso enan no metredu no chichemo duasa ene duasa back number 15:31 okra odi anieden eboapa eye bribie asase no so ni o ohowo ose so okra no waso parade twa ne betwa na efiri ni mamu
that's right
efiri se wabo rade asem enemtia wabo ni mra asem so wobetwa sa okra na atwene na ne mmoyo edan tirso sei no ya sasi empanimfo emu asofo empanimfo binom nyamsonko hoduo gidi ko hoduo omo agidi no mo anyini no onyina ya adwense onyankopon mra nsemdu wi asadum peso bia ya adwense afede ya to sa mra no na ye to nyankopon mra no a nyankopon me da ka ho na je said o boss na asase na kasa no ye mfa no nya hwebiu
that's right
sa adwen pono wi ase abono ene anamona yetu no eno na me kire se ye di cha ye yi se kire se maka enti no nyankopon ho me da omo nyankopon mra nsemdu omo se nyankopon yodo ena mpanimfo na asofo binum adi wiase mu kan a ya hyemra se kutu sa yakopom na neku meba so yakwani mu meba so
that's right
me kan se kwa mienu ne fa so ye bone editia yakopom a yen ontimi fanche ba ko na makai ba ko de obiu esi o matu asempa 3 mienu no chichemo duasa de ko se duasa ba ko na ne nyina ne se Kristo kan se bi o se wo de ebusesem ene bone nyina be firi nipa ba na mum osesamo ye katia ho nkonkron de body cha enye
that's right on fight as ase we so osoro so on fight
na ede ne ko ba ya Kristo kan sa asem jeche modu no mienu eba de na ne kire se frase fo ne Israel fo no a omo na de onipa bi a Bible kire mu se hu mfi ahye ne ma wo sai ne freni na watori mu omo yamba omo awo omo ntimi anya ho hwe ena afei omo de na ba Kristo se wonyi omo de na ba Kristo sa ne yare ana omo atwa ho ka se nya woni David ba no na ebra omo yare sa no Yesu oyi kire ye manipa nyina hu sa papa no woto ho ne afiri ne mu papa na hyase kasa sisi na so te kasa no mo se David we de eye honfi na Yesu di adwuma baze bo na sa asema omo kan no enam so na Yesu ka strong say di o maka no eye bone motia omo aka tia ho konkron ene se Onyankopon aye adwuma na wode ehwanu nyam
kuma tumbi foforo
eye busudie eye bone aye mpanche.
That's right.
Sa enti no ma mienu we ena me hye se wiase yesi ebosi ebeye na ni mienu no ye okwan ba ko so a wobetumi afa so aye ni mienu nyina bo prekope.
Okay.
Eno wo atemofo ho an Judges 5:23 ho no wo kiro se one do me meros erade bofo no se do me ena one do me meros adinjira wo se efiri se wa meboa erade ebra na okon esiye waho boni a ye tia ho konkron no enye dia din bia ti se meros ye kan so ti hodin na ye hia wo moa na umfanko simbia
no akon no atum se bo me na me nkoka
eno bi na meros for ye o Israel entokwa si Israel ye ko atamfo na ba ma ye ko won so boa bi so me de maka me de me no bi ani asem
me fra dwon ho ntoma
sa eno mo ti ho tin Yakopon boa ya ye Israel for din kunim ena bofo firi so domi o mo aka mo ma bebi sa so won do me meros enti meros ne boni ane se otiwa wanya hwe na me ka wera pesa me de kai ma me na kwawefo asafoma ne binum titiru se die ACC wiase sabri se betra ho se mfa ye ho a ye nkobọ wiase no kokwa omun kai kwan ya ye fa so do me meros na sa no me ne bia mba omoso sa makana sa ne ntia me kan sa no ye mbo videos ba ko mienu miensa di edi ani mo videos 1 to 3.
Okay. Yes. Adofon na me kan say 15 videos a ye behwe enti production minim say moy krado a videos 1 to 3 no monika erure no mfamai.
Dear friends, we have a one earth. We are one human family. It is our sacred duty to care for our common home. Young people can and must be the world's conscience on climate change. I urge you to continue raising your voices. Challenge your leaders to do more. Demand that your governments adopt a strong climate agreement in Paris in December. This is our last chance to avoid the worst impacts of a warming world and our best chance to end poverty and provide a life of dignity for all. I welcome the encyclical released by His Holiness Pope Francis. His Holiness and I agree that we need a new, open, and respectful dialogue about how we are shaping the future of our planet. I salute you, and I am with you in spirit. Dear friends, we have a one earth. We are one human family. It is our sacred duty to care for our common home. Young people can and must be the world's conscience on climate change. I urge you to continue raising your voices. Challenge your leaders to do more. Demand that your governments adopt a strong climate agreement in Paris in December. This is our last chance to avoid the worst impacts of a warming world and our best chance to end poverty and provide a life of dignity for all. I welcome the encyclical released by His Holiness Pope Francis. His Holiness and I agree that we need a new, open, and respectful dialogue about how we are shaping the future of our planet. I salute you, and I am with you in spirit. Dear friends, we have a one earth. We are one human family. It is our sacred duty to care for our common home. Young people can and must be the world's conscience on climate change. I urge you to continue raising your voices. Challenge your leaders to do more. Demand that your governments adopt a...
Okay, I don't know more about I'm saying videos I pay a year, yes, Sanyan Toso. Okay, I don't know more about I'm saying videos I pay a year, yes, Sanyan Toso. Okay,
agreement in Paris in December. This is our last...
I'm saying videos I pay a year, and you know, and I education on a boy of more than 7 years videos, not at the amount. The man if you say answer never call for videos no the evangelists are not demo or can say answer na yesu beba na my to so me no e wiase nyina beka bom aye bone kro bi a ebetie nyankopon asem na se ye sa bone na sa bone ne amfam free bone on pardonable sin na se sei no e hon franka afrase a ehim den nti no ne ye twe wo ene ma genesis so se de be ya ye be hu se tire aben na bo ye kofie ya to pempim ya to kro. It's young evangelist in church videos near ready evangelist therefore.
Very well.
Okay, I think the videos now ready. To production Wadaruma. Videos 1 to 3 no Monica and Ro and on Famai.
Every day I'm faced with the challenges of our troubled and complex world. But none of them loom so large as climate change. If we fail to meet the challenge, all our other challenges will just become greater and threaten to swallow us. Climate change is quite simply an existential threat for most life on the planet, including and especially the life of humankind. How will we answer when baby 8 billion is old enough to ask, what did you do for our world and for our planet when you had the chance? Excellencies, this UN climate conference is a reminder that the answer is in our hands. And the clock is ticking. We are in the fight of our lives and we are losing. Greenhouse gas emissions keep growing, global temperatures keep rising, and our planet is fast approaching tipping points that will make climate chaos irreversible. We are on a highway to climate hell with our foot still on the accelerator. The war in Ukraine, other conflicts have caused so much bloodshed and violence and their dramatic impacts all over the world. But we cannot accept that our attention is not focused on climate change. We must, of course, work together to support peace efforts and end the tremendous suffering. But climate change is on a different timeline and a different scale. It is a defining issue of our age. It is the central challenge of our century. It is unacceptable, outrageous, and self-defeating to put it on the back burner. Indeed, many of today's conflicts are linked with growing climate chaos. And the war in Ukraine has exposed the profound risks of our fossil fuel addiction. And today's crisis cannot be an excuse for backsliding or greenwashing. If anything, they are a reason for greater urgency, stronger action, and effective accountability. Excellencies, human activity is the cause of the climate problem, so human action must be the solution. Action to re-establish ambition and action to rebuild trust, especially between North and South. The science is clear. Any hope of limiting temperature rise to 1.5 degrees means achieving global net zero emissions by 2050. But that 1.5 degree goal is on life support and the machines are rattling. We are getting dangerously close to the point of no return.
Adofum yamamuyina akwaba yakoko videos na Antonio Guterres neni abre evangelist.
Yes. Ono akasa shaase e video di kamboy no. O ka se ohawaba wiase nyina beto ne pronso no. Emo kase ankasa aha na buso ha adwen ya climate change. Ene bo video to so bi no. Eno ye oja a share wo Canada.
Wow.
Bro no bi on from BC, British Columbia. Na akoso be na wotwini. Ebi nso aso no California wonguso. Ne nyina ye na otwa mu yi ni ena yewre na chofrumi ne nyina ekoso.
Na ibaje ma dofo hwe ye ntia se enye obi ne kubo okusie ena ebia bo anum gya no na atia so kwaye mu na ehie awia na aba ena apaija ena ehie dum ne mu. Ibaje to asoma ye.
Na otofo no ne nsam mo kae no ebi wo kare oba woni so a ayabusu sam blasphemous. Ena me chiri se asase so mpanimfo asofo binum ka ho gidi kwa hodo ka ho ena omoya wadwen se de esisi ni ntino ye bo ho ban bo mra hodo mo de ba no ebi aye ebusam etia onyakopo asem ene de America no ba ko ne se oka se nyama na yist si ye human activity ni pansa no nyuma ena ma oja hihie no ene epoetra ne hie no ede aba na nipa ne esanse nipa so ne nam de ba ntino se nipa so pe kwan a de besi anokwan Brofonica said, human activity is the cause of the climate problem. So human action must be the solution. San Samuel, a bususem. Okay. The bususem say, Osha Daniel Achreno. Ebra Daniel, O ye dina say Achre Nebuchadnezzar, or Castle Unyakopon, and Essesa Ebre, any Emre.
That's right.
Sir. Oba Genesis 41. Joseph, Ebra no so ye dina say Achro or him Pharaoh. Yes, or him Pharaoh. Say, O kind, verse 25, or sick Joseph catcher Pharaoh say, Diana Chess Onyakopon, Ebe Chero dear, or Nunyakopon Baye.
That's right.
So I just say,
I never back in Fianson, the Comso, Abba, yes, Fianson, Yamene Yakopani.
Nature said, in Fianson, Yakoba Saxer Bium, Emma Daniel Bosso, in Fianso Echibium, when Yakoba Saxer Bium, may come waba.
That's right.
And to say yes, such a bium. Ma osuba to o jabeshi na sa dia de no almost nipa ensa no me na de ba no wo di kare wo ba boni wa e pususem
Nyankopon esesa emre enre on ne ma asase bedie edan ne se akware
sa enti wo hwe Isaiah 42 and 48 e bruskin no so Isaiah 42 8 and 9 Nyankopon ne ka se menye urade obi ntesame na memfa mani monyam e ma oni sa Oba 42:9 wa say yenkai akana no ma na obaye no mafofra ono ne yenkai firi biase mfeti ase de wakato wetin fesi ase no eno no obaye no ewiebrim so behold the former things are come to pass and new things do I declare before they spring forth I tell you ansana emra no nyankopon aka.
That's right.
Enti the ACC no Bible church nyankopon wa Canada. Odro 11 no say miara for my all say miara no nyankopon or say miara mia minti ena meye. Won mu me di hu pinsan. So that say oh me mfa me no nyam man about it. Yes, that's correct. And to tell nyankopon ye bibi na ye di hu ni nyam ma nipa no eye bususem.
You want some to see actually the opposite here say ne say ni ACC ato ranch me ACC wiase ni nyina ya to din climate change.
Climate change, yes.
E nyankopon e na edi sa adwuma no say o de twen adwene si so say
yes.
Enche oba.
Ye to ni mra so so.
E na ye de akɔhye say ye nipa. E
nipa, yes.
Oh, okay.
Anu nti adwensakra no ebenya say ye to nyankopon mra no. Enu de ye free adwene.
That's right.
Enti ne ba hunu ye ho omo mani pa hunu say ye to nyankopon mra. E na kan so so na church of Christ so hu me dani ho. Enti no aboa ma boni ekoso. Saa no me chanko mo je hu me dani dia. Komo se de obo hu me da no ono bo ware. Ka ye mfa ema me no ware no nyankopon hu me da tumu a. Enka emrantie ne yi kan se mpa ni fo na de saa mra no ko parliament ka komo mfa nkompo mfa ya.
That's right.
Ya kwan asase ka saa bre komo dwen ye kwan ho. So ati ase. Enti no nyamsom pa ye mpa ni so no. Eye busodi a ene ehawi ase in general. Sanity.
Dudu e nyankopon mra nsem eyi ne bon ye fo ai.
Eno ha na ebuso aye sa. Enti no nhihye ya omode ba no. Ebe wie wiase boni. Na eno na de wiase wie so beba. Enti na mesre ezifo, enwanu ezifo se, mo nye din. Enti sa no a Meros boni no so be beka yen.
That's right.
We said the AC no, wiase ne nti ase. Ebe ni se Guterres, was say science for a kire ne se enipa nsa no nwuma na de aba. Ti mo me ma franka no so nkirom se dabi. Enipa nsa no nwuma no mo kan eye nyankopon mra ya to. Ti yenya man to na hwese nkyira be de echa na se eni echi. That's not anything.
Nyankopon yiso ne yenyi ni.
Sanity. Yeah, more than next 2 videos.
Okay, production wada room video 4 and 5 on so my krado a mu room for my adansi nti.
This is very clear. We must get on with the job of putting the Paris Agreement to full work. In early 2025, countries must deliver new nationally determined contributions. Every single commitment on finance, adaptation, and mitigation must bring us in line with a 1.5-degree world.
In the scorching heat of rural Tunisia, 80-year-old Hania Hikiri sets out on her grueling daily journey to fetch water, a burden she carries quite literally on her back.
This whole area is dry. If one had water at home, everyone would be free. They could fill whenever they wanted to. But at this age, I carry 2 containers and spend the entire afternoon here in the heat.
The old and the young, as well as those who work outside, among the most vulnerable to rising global temperatures, and a focus of the UN Secretary General's call to action on extreme heat.
If there is one thing that unites our divided world, is that we are all increasingly feeling the heat. Earth is becoming hotter and more dangerous for everyone, everywhere.
June was the 13th month in a row to set a new temperature record, putting 120 million people in the United States under heat advisory warnings, leading to the death of 1,300 Muslim pilgrims during Hajj, and closing schools in Asia and Africa, impacting more than 80 million children. The UN says global infrastructure needs investment to boost resilience and a reduction in fossil fuels to limit temperature rise.
I must call out the flood of fossil fuel expansion we are seeing in some of the world's wealthiest countries. In signing such a surge of new oil and gas licenses, they are signing away our future.
Under the Paris Climate Accord, 2025 is the year that nations are supposed to commit to a plan to reduce their carbon emissions and limit global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius. And with the summer's record-setting temperatures, the heat is on. Kristen Salumi, Al Jazeera, the
Yes.
Yes.
Christian Salome akasa, Antonio Guterres nso akasa.
Na wo hwe Someone said you okay, or pay your agreement, not as early 2025. And I fay go Tares Becasai and the far Al Jazeera reporter. Nanny say, or show up a dutrem. And into or much them say 2025, a year fear bay. Any affair a man in Nara, a day woman she we be diso. Dear Boama or Shono, a Swatiano. And some man be adding a dear ba, more chere dear warrior, near dear obey you.
That's right.
Dear Augustua warrior. Now, San Shano Modeban, and Sana any Jumano. A paragreement na emuno, Oshe Article 4, Section 9. Actually, say, and only 2025 no, anybody. So when it says Impunum Biano, will be a funny reporting bra, and near 4-9. Now, we drew 4-4, any 4-5, Article 4/4 and 5. What should I say? A Maya, a conkai, a yinya home, that will be a sin, or Monikai.
That's right.
Na in Ketuano, or Mussomasni. Nebasa, no, just say, a Maya conkai, America, and to see when ye, only we are seeing in IPC, a Banisaka Sam, I want to be a moon and one. And to cry, so Russia and Ukraine, Russia and Ukraine, same film in some way. Can Ukraine get away and a Russian team? Nina says, a baby, a trouble cacra, America won't use why I won't hear, and I want my Ukraine moon. Papa de will store, from some kind. The idea done, nobody means some Ukraine, some to Russia and Radi. And none of them means sending Russian team in your head. Sir, and to say, Amaya, a Wusika, in your woman, Nika, Yamaka Dim. So dear, my videos a dating in Bra.
Okay, that's videos 6 to 11. Production. Madarum, I dance in Timur.
Yes,
On this day, the Paris Agreement on climate change enters into force. It is a historic day for people and the planet.
My solemn duty to protect America and its citizens. The United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord Thank you. Thank you. But begin negotiations to re-enter either the Paris Accord or in really entirely new transaction on terms that are fair to the United States, its businesses, its workers, its people, its taxpayers. So we're getting out, but we will start to negotiate, and we will see if we can make a deal that's fair. And if we can, that's great.
And the first order I'm going to be signing here relates to COVID, and this is the first one I'm signing. And healthcare and other things that we'll give you copies of these executive orders. And the third one I'm going to sign, and that's what I'm going to do while you're all here, is the commitment I made that we're going to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord as of today.
Mr. President.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
America is back. America is back. Diplomacy is back. America is back. I speak today as President of the United States at the very start of my administration, and I'm sending a clear message to the world. America is back. Our plans are ambitious, but we are America. We're bold. We're unwavering in the pursuit of jobs and innovation, science and discovery. We can do this. We must do this, and we will do this. I'm now going to sign the executive order to meet the climate crisis with American jobs and American ingenuity. And I want to thank you all. I'm going to go over and sign that now. first order I'm signing is tackling the climate crisis at home and abroad.
Program and that topic I share.
Our plans are ambitious.
With 15 videos. Evangelist.
Mo. Entino, we are senabo podada. Paris Agreement. I was said Amaya, a concan was Kenya honey decay. American and so decay. You 2016, Bank Mumbai, Paris Agreement entered into force. Let us say, April 2016 airban as America decay. Or can say November 4. Yet Twaba, a ye or Mampeni, our America. Trump ebedim kunim November 8. Let us say Trump edim kunim. Odim kunim no ye de ni se konya so January. Bosumi nume konsia so. Ana ye hu say oka say the United States will withdraw. So we are getting out. Can am focus more America kase just say we America free mu.
And that's right.
In fear 9 say we are no ye doso. But 195
or 96
countries, right? And American go free mu. And no more can entimi amfa agreement no. Ananti because they say enters into force.
That's right.
Article 44 na kire say amaya konkan no omno mu ne animu. In America free wa enti just China, Russia, Japan, Germany mu so on be no be Oscar e wotumi am betumi atwi ase na ko.
You know say encomption say
yes.
America ni be di kan.
Pepepe.
It is America free mu dia. E kwa nyeye.
Eno ni asem. Enti na pese e di ka hwefo ne say ye di encomption na adwuma o TV so. E di yembre ni no se one he ba encomption ye di kasa. Enti yonwa no se nkomo aso na mo hwe de nkonkre ka kiro no anka nkomo mbre sei. Eno nti ba ye Trump o yi America free mu na wi ase ko eni mu anyeyi. De ko se sa to aba eyi Biden. Also tsa konya so a Karato di kan sign a Paris Agreement.
That's right.
I want photo in that one. Now Paris Agreement no sign. Pope Francis and then the Holy See abine. When the question that some I question Paris Agreement.
And no more question I can say America is back. America is back.
Yes.
Diplomacy is back.
And no into a sign, you know. Just say what sign say ye the question that back home. And about their sign. And no article 2 clause 2 Paris Agreement. Na said yes I remember for no oko kaya mu e bi na fa ma feel ni so no say na no me so letter me so asaka na bi dia enti ehim enti no o say we o can say America is back no o catch we as say ba America said Donald Trump we America free mu and na by the so the America back and o sign e biu the o sign no o say executive order on climate change home and abroad.
That's right.
Sa brofo na de besin na medwene ho amenti ase no.
Wo di
penny
o America man.
Yes.
Ghana nka ho. Wo se me yen hyehyɛ wa America.
Ai. O se Paris Agreement dey kan say amaya konkan ye wade omuni kan. Enti ka wo be wo di kan de kan wo kurum. Na ye aka ne nso amfro say ebra na wasan ne kyerɛ sɛ ono to anamo a obetwem yase na aka ne dey.
Edi ne chi. En commission no so kasa
pepe. Na work since 2021. Paris Agreement no chere say 2025 no o man bia fa ne hye emra na ye ndi so.
That's right.
Enti no Biden ba bia woda na wo sign no di wo sign ye no afen kwa wie no na se ese wo ye ndi nyina na ye de ko so ada se enti no ye nyina ne de ko no o ya magana ayama wiase aka nyinara Ghana de ndi be ko de so no agise America to na mo di kan asana ye no ya to mienu miensa ade akiri sana hyenete na tishire no mo de ba no kwasada sombu mu no sa kwasada som no eno ye emrato bone
so wa payo mrato
sanete na esa so wo deadline just say ya hye bre se ye de beto nyakopon mra
2025
sa almost say to de bia ni pan sheda no akoye bone obesere de be che no but we de ye di bre ato se enu bre wi no ye nyina be adwenkoro se afa be to nyakopon mra entina me ka che no nezi for se de wi ase kono mo munye din o mo wi ase no kokko se de mo kwakoye no enye sana o mo kama no tumu a meros bone ni bia Now, make us a deadline camera. More the next 2 videos.
Okay. Production, madam, and then almost videos 12 to 14. Madam, I know some more room for mine.
Yes.
So why is this year critical for transparency? Because this year, the enhanced transparency framework comes to life. By the end of 2024, countries should have submitted their first biennial transparency reports, also called BTRs in climate lingo. These reports will provide a transparent snapshot of countries' progress in cutting emissions, putting in place climate policies, and providing resources where they're needed most. The reports are a crucial tool in the Paris Agreement toolbox. They will help build up an evidence base that governments can use to design stronger national climate plans, also called nationally determined contributions, or NDCs, and other climate.
And a video also be no Simon Still or Pega Paris Agreement no Popa Becamo. Says the same, ye what you could see a fear bay. Nashasia na napa hima afia bay 20 na napa hima se obia di mbara na ye nyina akogya tom so ti se ye nyina ya boa no popa koka ho we na gya tom America de chiri na America de ji fo se mo mi ho koya ni fi se profo yi wonya pija na meka se mo asa na me ma no si me pa mo chew anyi se bia misura se me kai na me se no krotro anaye bosumi etoso nsia na wie ye o kira ye de etoso nso ne de kai aka bosumi nsia na afi ya so na afin sunye no abato be koso America fine mframa abo fama sun akakrata baba enya ye wanwa se Biden be sorry ade anchichina na je obeka se oku ntokwa yi a na henie ko ewie a onto aso bi enya wanwa enti de obeye bia wona henie na akai mu obeye no de chire jaboko ye pesa be kan
obanyansa fo 7 penisi ebunu be na yen kana sem.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, and we have some breaking news as President Joe Biden has just announced that he is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race. This happening just moments ago. You are taking a look at the letter that he has just issued, and we are going to read it in its entirety. It says, "My fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We've made historic investments in rebuilding our nation, in lowering prescription drug costs for seniors, and in expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We've provided critically needed care to 1 million veterans exposed to toxic substances, passed the first gun safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today." It goes on to say, quote, "I know none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Together, we overcame a once-in-a-century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We've protected and preserved our democracy, and we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. And while it had been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. And let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you have placed in me. I believe today what I have always, that there is nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America." The letter signed Joe Biden.
Adolf na mama kwa yakwa ko videos no na Mr. Han wani ni hwe program ni fa program bi bia ye beka bia serious evangelist
Very well. Make her say, dear air cosol. Time down. Time of waiting is a fee 2024 Bequery and dear. Now, one more document be I ready. Send Simon still a kind of video to see. Now, 2024 neighbors so I can't buy Bosumi nomination view. Let us say, that's right. And my young cousin Uncle Pomu mobile, dear Bonnie Chair, my I know not drew. One more boy mobile money. And I boy, this or Montreal scam me and my TV so I can send me can MP. Ye domina Yankopon Akena no boom, near this Asamotum from Mose. Ye can Yankopon Dumunti say. And from a bit at dear fire soon. Now, you want to say Joe Biden. About we are Yakoton America 2024 near ye, Yako 25 year president. Want to be. Unina. Yes, ye can't pay a video near. That's why I don't see the above videos. And there are many video no say ubo date no say ene date me date we said we be say nya ya kutwa be she na 30th June 2024. That's right. And na me can say me pe ho krata ampa so video to so me hu paper no clear aba dia kasa sai say onkobio. That's right. Enti no eni na kakra aka no obehwe na pe wo de di na dwuma ye da nyakopon ase say where the to so me no yenya na ekire nkonhye wo program so say ye be tu Trump ade so ba de beba oba obesa nkwese da mra ye kan ye abem pepepe ane saka bio say Biden wagina say ye beto abama no for 2025 nsusu no emframa dia fa ya so nyankopon mo buru adawoma ye hunu say onko bio obesi fam na wotwe mi ensachi onu ankasa de letter ababa de say wonko bio me san kan ye say eno ntini nkwa na kakra aka no ego no ko so obeye omohwe photo na boss no see no omohwe atwere ketwa bi na wo ho eno nya video date was so na e was o kan 24th July 2024 or say Biden vows to get as much done as I possibly can during remaining time in the White House. Or say Biden can tam send him like a kana can do be biara no obeye as my kind of TV so any. That's right. Ye kind na otwe miensa e na aba mi. Na wo ka as the pobinum any wo mo atie ambakosem na manyosem obi ase kire se oh Trump gina Trump no o te se papa ai de bodjem na yenka document we where Washington Post. Okay, Washington Post. Headline nika kani what Trump promised oil CEOs as he asked them to steer $1 billion to his campaign. Wow. Sikakese. Donald Trump has pledged to scrap President Biden's policies on electric vehicles opposed by the fossil fuel industry. Very good. That's published on May 9th, 2024. Very good. And you know, Trump, I'm not mature campaign. What name on my tonton petrol? Me come to petrol, yeah, ye and getting company, come my own dian. One petrol, one try and send ye beton. One go share a meeting. Obi ko pie meeting. And a moon samno. What the bar one thing. Trump a cock show boss said, or more than $1 billion America's car. Or monko tribu na council. Na what the quiet campaign. Say Odin Kunimwa. Climate change in Brano about the action will be training them. No one ya quite a trumpet at one musica. In fact, documented with about 6 papers. My check it a war, Al Jazeera Kai, New York Times Kai. To when you document a year will be Hunapoka, my check it all the international networks. Washington Post, yes, and ya, sir. Ain't you know what questionable? Say $1 billion. Now, Omonka San Oka paper and bridge, and that's what me say Besaka. Or Binukra, after Chili, or Moncasa Neck, almost $400 million. I come and Binum said, Young Femo, not by the Marano, Yen just a Yamranasi, and ye. So Bodin, and let's be Bodin, let's look at I. That's right. And until Trump now, Omonka, a margin down, so say, or Bano be 2 climate change in the one patch, unconsciously 2 Trump ideas. Now, an unconscious most of the neighbor baby. And somebody comes to the or sorry, near Kuyanim. Last video. Okay. Production, what are my video 15? Being the last video for this evening, what are my crowd?
Now the Nobel laureate studded panel has moved at 100 seconds before a climate catastrophe.
Without U.S. leadership and participation, there will be no winners from this climate crisis. We will all become losers.
The world's second biggest polluter is being called out.
Adofnya mama kwaba mesremu amadaroma program ya mo hwe amadaroma na mo send sika de brɛ eno ne yedi tua airtime no a yeda so tem from mu na me hira mo papa na so tintie ya mpanisi nya akyɛ so a tikakra wo nsɛm apɛ support program no obetimi ya send ya by momo account 055 35 74 933 wo se number no go TV screen no so na wo send dia beba na Joseph Anane na Nyankopɔn be hira bebre because ye ni mu nyina na aka bo mu a ye kan asem no tinyame nhyamo evangelist.
Very well. Na banki mu akasa sese America ambamu a ya eka nyina no okwa ebedi kuku eno nti baby abatro du America no eyam komsha abato ne yeto no na afen kwa wie no se de baje aka ntam no obekeka no se beko bemku se beko nifam no komsha ene die nam.
That's right.
Now look at some to do back where Luke 21 verse 28 and 32 Isaiah 20:21 and ADIYIE. Christo catch there say
say eyinom refresh aba mommo mutiri so na monhwe soro if we say monche aben
and no can say son I want to aso yi yare ntwam.
That's right.
I want to aso e be hu nyama ye kan ye bremu na Christo beba wo enti eba sa no a na Isaiah 26:21 edi base Onyakopon betwi asase nyina yaso because ye nyina bo ma ye bone kro na nkomhye wo so ban mienu a mepese ahwefo enhye ne nso titiri no mina no yezefo ye kasa nkomhye a wo so mienu bi edi kan ne se Onyakopon emma ye nkomhye na wa kire ye Kristo maye no ene hu nyema ebesisi Enyakopon asade se o maye san nkomhye no na afi ayo no so na asade se nkomhye no warma no ebem so ajase dia kan ye yenso ye de se ye bekenka de Nyankopon kasa beba Nyankopon ma nkomhye no obehwe ma nkomhye na bem yenso so awode ma ye no ye behwe se nkomhye na bem no so e bagie di ti Nyankopon ye ni fam dia se wo so wo yo fam dia enti esina ya ye ni a ayanya.
That's right.
Enti Isaiah kire se Onyankopon obefredi na obetwi yasefo nyina so esan ye boni ene ye mumu yenti.
That's right.
Enti ne se de meka no I want to so a edi we mu adanse ye obehu Yesu maye babia yedi besi enwumere ni Homebase mansia bi
even so what the insha papa minim production entry se fa course mi no na me nsa bia ansa le digmedi no aba na wie but obet my friend 0501 484 671 na sa unti bibia sana wa question bi evangelist edwem na we bisa say good evening, you are looking great and handsome this evening, keep it up with the good work. I will surely join this church. Any watch ma kunya papa for odiamba. Hello.
Oh,
okay, me mo
your friend ye boa me kete free akoti ebensu.
Okay.
Pacho me bisase anase me ka chimi no e fu se. Eye infoni amudi kusuni from the video na so what you to send me wa meso e mo an be se kwade kan ni we national through one command and fi ni ya no Church of Christ for so wo sori a wo go in some panic group ha na Psalm 19 verse 126 Church of Christ one kind when just another and I say Yakopon be train atawo.
That's right. Openi ye boy enso ye da wasa papa onso bit me friend say em for ba ko pe e twat for na fe yinya de aka no even so be bisa question was Mr. Nani, please educate me. Hello. Okay, what to call my greatest confusion. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Openi me mo adwe frost na ka se fin. Okay, what are my eating?
Special professor,
Okay, any me part of social program you via me the number betu the friend here kwa be first wa ye no be share. Yeah, that's why nyame inshallah. I say Mr. Lane, please educate me. My greatest confusion is that if the Sabbath is held supreme as you teach. I mean for last call enough we mean to us hello. Hello. Hello.
Your call has been put on hold.
Oh, Daddy, let me call down on hold there. Production man for call baby. It was to say my greatest confusion is that if the Sabbath is held supreme as you teach, then the entire Christian world is lost except SDA. This is a catastrophe. God bless you. Just open to will be so the how no no. Me didn't the done, but to am for full name no and
Bible say, not all that saith unto me, Lord, Lord. Nya omo esime erade nyinara ene be kwaso ahenim.
Okay.
Na mo wonwa omo ye meja apedie. Enti no obi biara oye ja na apedie no ontimi nyira. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Even me Aisha papa. Say message say ba hande ni nyina abasobo nko ananka me say many controversial questions in the basobo.
Yeah, TV so I can say by the own kobi. Obeji we want you. Omo ya muso beka bi na hwe.
That's right. Guys, eti adofo say one tehwe kra say the evangelist amaye hunu enanwumre na say series aye na mu no. O ma ye nyina ya te ase say no cresa to renchem koso wiase ba bia obefa. Wiase ye hye ije hye basa ensu yiri na hodin nu epotra ne hye sane mana ekoso ni nyina na nyankopon na edi sa adwuma no enam bone a aduru ya asase mewa mema ne wiase nyina kabom se nyankopon homeda no yesesam ne de kwasiada ya homeje da e de ama wiase fi se nipa nsa no nwuma na amasa to renche mi nyina sisi wa bra enya nipa ne mum nyankopon na edi sa adwuma ne kyese se wiase nyina kabom aye bone kro se nyame homeda ye yidi afiri ho enti eniema ekoso na ekasa kyerɛ bedodo waso no ene betie de honhom no eka kyerɛ asafo no enti esraw se SD asoro bi bewa bo modern buram okwa afa JCB top and down okwa aseso fama babo masu na tena ho din because asafo kita nyankopon mransem du no oje ni nyina di ne wo wiase ba bi a obekro na bo Yesu maye etoso mienu no ho dawuru ade kyerɛ wiase no eye the Seventh Day Adventist Church kotana ho din na no ne kura nkyerɛkyerɛ be moldu ama Yesu maya etoso mi no na wo kono mesere o hye no nso onkoto atene na efo nkoa ewo SD asori a obekonu obekwa koto adwamanfo apromfo widifo ewum e mane hawo sana no wadaka na nete na mo wum eni nipa wum hwede nipa ne yem na yebi ne hwe Kristo wo yi ne ho adi a enyadom ene mobro hu ewo nani yakoso sremo se yi sika de betua airtime no nse kakra bi won sama apese o send the brain ya number is 055 35 74 933. What's the idea? Everybody, Joseph Anane. Oh, question beyond so for the same number. Evangelist by Joseph and Kuma on a dinner kama. He nyame pa mama yemfi on the 3rd August. Evangelist Joseph Anane team ni na e bata form our 4. Na yaba bisua de abom tisha no so na ma ye hia e wo ho. Yenua Wilson adujamfi Largest Day Church so wama de na be cancer. Tie ka se oba de inshallah. Na ya provisions na me just anwumre wanya kwanya ehwe dwumadie no oda nyame inshallah papa na program ohwe na nwumre Mr. Free Yada